everyone, Adrian Morrison here, and welcome to the Profit Power Hour. So let me see, my mic looks like it's a little crazy. Let me turn it down real fast. So let's see here. There we go. That should make it a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So let me just double check everything, make sure we're good, make sure everybody can hear me. So you should be able to see my screen. You should be able to see me, and of course you should be able to hear me. So just go ahead and type in a 1 if you can see my screen, you can hear me, and of course you can see my camera. We've been having some technical difficulties with with GoToWebinar the past couple of weeks, so I'm actually recording this on a backup as well, so that way if audio doesn't pick up or something like that, we have a backup recording, which is fantastic. So this is going to be a really fun presentation. This is going to be part 2 of something that I called Advanced Audiences last week. So we had a phenomenal training last week, and everybody was so excited about it. There was so much content that I stopped, and I was like, look, this is information overload, and I don't want to give you too much all at one time. I want you to be able to take this step by step by step. So what we're going to do is we're going to review the notes from last week, okay? So we're going to review the notes from last week. Then we're going to go on and we're going to continue on the training. And if you missed last week, make sure you go into your Profit PH members area and you watch that recording, because I definitely sent that out as well via email. So make sure you watch that. It's important that you watch that so you kind of know what's going on. Today's a really awesome day, by the way. We're celebrating my dad's 79th birthday. So November 1st, my dad turned 79. November 2nd is my second year wedding anniversary, and November 14th is my birthday, and I turned 32 years old. I still feel like I'm 20, but I turned 32 years old, so it's an exciting 2 weeks coming up for us. I'm going to be traveling a lot, so I'll probably be doing some of our future Profit Power Hours from like Vegas and New York. So we've got so much going on, and look guys, right now traffic online is going crazy, and I mean it in a good way. It's doing really well. It's blowing up because it's holiday season. I mean, I've seen students posting in the Profit Power Hour group that they're earning upwards of $400,000 and $500,000 a month, which is crazy. Some of them are 100K a month, 200K a month. Some of them, their first 20 to 40K a month. People are crushing it, right? And it's strategies like the ones that I taught last week and that I'm going to continue to teach you tonight that are really going to help you get to that next level. It's something that not necessarily is going to define volume, right? Oh, by the way, I see that a lot of you in here are probably curious why I'm not in my regular office with the airplanes and stuff behind me. This is my second office. I'm at my stand-up desk. It's helping. So I figured I would try it out in here. But anyways, oh yeah, it's not about volume. It's about ROI, right? And you can do insane amounts of volume and make a lot of money, but then there are campaigns that you can set up that may not be 100K a month campaigns. They might be, let's just say, $30,000 a month campaigns, but they're 200% and 300% return on investment. So at the end of the day, you're still making just as much net profit, which is really what we care about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some campaigns and some campaign structures that they don't really limit you. I'm not saying they're going to be small, but they're not going to be like audiences of 20 and 30 million people. What they're going to be is audiences of like 1 million, maybe 2 million people that are super mega targeted that Facebook will create for you. All right, so this is called Advanced Audiences Part 2. How many of you in here are excited right now? Just type in the chat box, yes, 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 yes. if you're excited. Yes, we're going to do the cash giveaway, as always. You can see on the screen here, you can follow me on Snapchat. I haven't Snapchatted for the past 2 days. I've been super busy because my business is just blowing up, but I'm going to be doing more and more Snapchat stuff, so definitely follow me on Snapchat. Of course, my Facebook page, I'm going to try to do some more Q&As. If you don't have Shopify yet and you're a newcomer to my VIP Profit Power Hours, you go to shopify.com/Adrian Morrison, and you can get a free trial, an extended free trial on Shopify. Additionally, they give you a 10% discount on some of their monthly plans. So that's all great and everything, but what we're going to do now is we are going to dive into the training. And of course, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to tailor it to about 40 minutes or so, maybe starting now, because it is my dad's 79th birthday, and we have a lot of celebrations still. So what I want to do is I just want to dive right into the notes from last week. So I'm going to just minimize this. And let's see, here are our notes from last week. And let's review these, okay? I want to review what we did last week, and then we're going to go on and we're going to continue that right here, right now. All right, so this is last week's training notes. I sent these out in an email, and we called it Advanced Audience Layering, and I showed you the different tiers of customers. So there were 4 tiers of customers that we spoke about. There's Tier 1, which is that free plus shipping audience. Those are the people that are spending anywhere from $9 to $30. Because, you know, I say 30 because a lot of people that come in and buy my free plus shipping items, they'll buy 2 or 3. So a lot of my free plus shipping orders that come in are for $20 to $30, you know, just under 30 bucks. And, you know, that's fantastic. You know, that's phenomenal. That's great money. But there's still people that are coming in mostly because of a free plus shipping offer. So they're what I call a freebie lead. And that means they clicked on something only because they thought it was going to be free. And then, you know, they have to pay for shipping, which is great and everything. But they're a lower quality lead. Y'all know what I'm saying? Just say yes in the chat box if you're with me still. Okay, so the second tier is the $30 to $60 customers. So these are people that actually come in and they spend more money on your site, on your e-commerce store. So about $30 to $60 is that second tier audience, okay? And then you've got your $61 to $100 spenders. These are people that have come in and obviously either bought a ton of free products at $10 shipping per item, or they've come in and they have you know, bought a retail item. So I've taught in the past, you know, the tiers of customer ascension and how you ascend customers to Tier 1 and Tier 2 and Tier 3 and Tier 4 and so on to get them to spend more money. All right, so hopefully you have some people coming in spending $61 to $100. Now on a daily basis, I have $100 to $200 orders coming in. So I'm capturing all of those customers, right? I'm capturing them. And then you've got Tier 4, which I believe to be the most valuable tier in terms of audiences. And these are my repeat buyers, okay? So these are people that Facebook has registered that have actually come to my store more than once and made a purchase. Not necessarily somebody that came in and bought more than one item in one session, but they came in and a second time or a third time and so on and made additional purchases. This means they visited my website again to make a purchase. All right, I just want to make sure everybody's clear on that. Just say yes once again, or type in a 2 if you're clear on that, because I want you to know there's a difference between people that come in and buy more than one item in one session versus people that actually make the effort to come back to your store again and make additional purchases. See, I think it's more valuable for somebody that comes back and makes a second or a third session. And the reason is because they either opened up an email that you sent them, so that brought them back into your store a second time, or in a lot of cases, if you're using my branding strategies and you have a memorable, you know, domain name and you've got a nice little brand, they just remembered who you were. You know, people remember my e-commerce store names, and they go and they direct type them in. So they'll go type in whatever my domain name is, and they'll go straight back to my store. That is a very valuable customer. And these convert like frickin' fire, okay? Now, what we did is we said we want to use Facebook intelligence. All right, we've got this data, right? We've got all of this traffic that's come in. We've got all of this data. We've got these tiers of data. Now, you'll see that I get real excited because I'm standing up now, and I like jump around and stuff. You'll notice that in my when I'm in my other office, I like always lift up on my chair and I like move. Just cannot stay still. That's ADD. Oh yeah. Anyways, so back to the Facebook intelligence. We've got these tiers of data, right? And what's really neat about them is that we can tell Facebook to analyze that data. We can tell Facebook to analyze our free plus buyers, analyze our $30 to $60 buyers, and so on, and find us people that are more like those people. Now, this isn't necessarily based off of a niche or a niche, depending on how you pronounce it. It's based off of customer quality, right? In Facebook, they measure what you do every day, all day. They measure how much money you're spending through Facebook. They manage what you're clicking on, how often you're clicking, if you're buying, if you're not buying, what types of sites you're visiting, what types of pages you're liking. I mean, they know everything about us. It's kind of scary, but as a marketer, it's phenomenal. I love it. I love that they do that. It makes it easier. It makes life easier for you and I. So what they're doing is with these advanced intelligent audiences that they're creating is they're looking for people that have an affinity or a likeness to spend more money, right? Facebook measures how much money people spend. So if they're looking at an audience of $61 to $100 buyers, chances are that Facebook intelligence is going to create an audience for you. Don't worry, I'll show you how it's done. I did last week actually, but I'll do it again. Of people more likely to be spending that much money, right? So people that show a history of spending a lot of money online. So what this is going to do essentially is it's going to build an audience of people that Facebook believes to be big spenders online. You know, there are some people online that just, they don't shop online. You know, they don't do it. They've never bought anything online. You know, you got to imagine how many people are on Facebook right now, right? You've got all sorts of different types of people. Some of them spend a lot of money online. Some of them barely spend anything online. Some of them never shop online at all. So what these audiences are doing, and my belief is the Facebook intelligence is finding us people that are more likely to actually spend money, right? And of course this works by niche as well. But right now we're just looking at tiers of what customers are spending. Okay. All right. So what we do is we take the thinking out of marketing here. Since you're already getting customers and they're already coming into your store and all of this is already there, it's at your fingertips. You just probably didn't know how to use it, right? That's why you get on the Profit Power Hours. All right. So Facebook intelligence will take the thinking out of the marketing for you, and they'll create these high-level audiences that literally allow you to automate your marketing. And the cool thing is these advanced intelligent audiences auto-update every day. So literally every 24 hours, the audiences are updating, so they never go stale, right? So even though they're a smaller audience, the theory is the audiences never go stale because Facebook is always putting new customers or new leads into those audiences because they're intelligently automated audiences, okay? So Facebook every day is measuring your buyers and your past customers, and they're updating these audiences with more and more and more hot leads, as I would call them. All right, so let's see over here. I'll just go down a little bit. We went over, most people only create basic audiences. So they'll create, you know, the typical page view audiences, view content audiences, add to cart purchases, you know, the retargeting audiences, basically. Retargeting or remarketing audiences. And that's as far as they take it. A lot of people do not go in and create these tiered audiences, these advanced audiences right here based off of customer value and customer repetition. So what you do is, we went over this last week, you go into Facebook and you go to Facebook ads at the top left, and I'll show you. You click on audiences, you create a custom audience based off of a custom combination, and then you create a lookalike audience from that. All right, and you'll see here, advanced lookalike audiences. What a lookalike audience is when Facebook matches potential prospects into a single audience they believe to be similar in behavior and similar in interest. Think about that. Behavior equals how much money they spend online and how often they shop online. Interest is, clearly niche related. All right, so we went over that, and then we also went over there's three main types of audiences people create in Facebook. You've got saved audiences. You build those with keywords inside of Facebook. You've got custom audiences, and you've got lookalike audiences. What we're talking about is building an advanced custom audience and then building a lookalike audience from that. All right, so go back to last week's training in the archives and watch it again because it's mega, mega important. So I stopped there. I stopped there last week. Now I want to move forward, and I want to show you how I layer them and how I build ads. And this is so, so cool. And if you're brand new, don't worry, don't let this intimidate you. I have all sorts of beginners training. And this is really simple once you watch it 2 or 3 times. That's why I've made sure that I'm double recording this. And, it's important just to have this information. This is something that most people would try to build an entire course out of and charge $2,000 or $3,000 to teach you. And I'm teaching it to you for free because I'm excited because I've done over 40K on a campaign using this strategy just in the last 2 weeks. All right, so let's jump over to Facebook and let's see what we got over here. Okay, so in Facebook, when you log into your Facebook account, right, last week I showed you you could go into up here to where it says audiences, right? There's this little, everybody's account looks a little bit different, but at the top left of your Facebook ads account, there's this little menu. It has the 3 little bars, and you click it. You've got ad manager, audiences, you've got your pixel, everything. So what you want to do is click audiences. Now, when you click audiences, it's going to bring up your custom audiences, your saved audiences, and any lookalike audiences that you've created. And you can see here, I've created a few audiences in this account. This is a retargeting account we used for Ecom Success Academy. So when I launched ESA, I had a Facebook pixel on there, and anybody that watched the training and went through the webinar but did not, decide to enroll, I retargeted them, and I said, hey, are you sure you don't want to enroll? It's a great training. I'm sure a lot of y'all agree. So anyways, this is that account. All right, and what I said to do is go in and create an audience. So look, there's the 3 audiences right there. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. There we go. All right, so the first step is creating a custom audience, okay? It's easy to remember that because custom audience is the first one in the list. All right, so a custom audience is basically a retargeting audience. It's just past actual customers that have hit your website or your store. So you just click on custom audience. And I showed you this last week. You click on website traffic. It must be website traffic, okay? And when you click on website traffic, I got to go to my pixel that actually has traffic on it. All right, so you choose your pixel, which you should only have one, really, most of you. All right, then it says website traffic. You go to where it says custom combination. This was in the notes from last week. And then where it says URL contains, you go to event. So we're not trying to measure people that visited a certain website. We're trying to measure people that took a certain action on our website, like viewing a product, adding the product to the cart, buying the product. Check this out. So when you hit event, you can choose an event. You might not see all of the same events that I'm showing here because, if you've never made a sale on your store before, you will not see purchase. And the only way you'll see purchase is if your pixel has ever recorded a purchase. okay, or an add to cart or a view. So if you have a brand new account, nothing will come up. If you actually are getting traffic, well, then the options that make sense will come up. So we're going to click purchase. And down here, you see where it says, when I click, it says value. See, the Facebook Pixel measures how much people are spending on your Shopify store or whatever website it may be. So they have that data, right, as long as you have your Pixel installed correctly. So we're going to click value. And you'll see here where we could say, you know, maximum is, so maximum is greater than $30. Or greater than equal to, you could do all these different things. So what I would do, and what I did last week, is maximum is less than 30, or less than or equal to 30. In other words, I want to build an audience of people that spent less than $30 when they made a purchase on my website. Or I could say that they made a purchase of greater than $30. So now this is going to give me people that have spent more than $30 on my website. And then I could do people who spent more than $60 on my website, and people who spent more than $100 on my website, right? And I can continue to create these audiences, and it'll go over the past 180 days. So even if you haven't built one of these yet, if you've been getting sales, Facebook will go back and they will actually include all past data from 180 days. That's cool. So it's like you haven't really missed out. You haven't missed the boat, because Facebook will go back in time as long as you've been running traffic, and well, for 180 days, and they will look at all of that and still build an audience for you. So really cool. You can still cash in on this right now if you've been running traffic. Okay, so you can build those audiences. And we also went over building what's called a repeat audience. So to do that, where it says event, we clicked on purchase, and see where it says number of events. So we would say at least twice, and then we would come down here, we would name it, and we would hit create. I did this last week. You can go back and watch the training. So the number of events by Facebook's term says enter the desired frequency of visits or events. You can specify a minimum or maximum. So this would mean somebody made 2 different purchases on my store. They didn't buy 2 items in one purchase. They made one purchase, and then later on they came back and made another purchase. Be it the same day, the same hour, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. It will give me people who are repeat buyers. Okay? So we built these custom audiences, and they're still in here from the training last week. You'll see here that in this account, it found 700 people who are repeat buyers. So 700 people who had come in and purchased something from me more than once. And then they found 800 people who had spent over $60 and 800 people who had spent over $30. Now, in all reality, in a Shopify store, you're going to have different amounts between these two, right? I'm showing you the inside of an ESA account where, you know, the ESA course was a really high-ticket item. So, I mean, this is just for example purposes right here, okay? But anyways, we found 3 different audiences here, okay? 3 different audiences. And this is our 3 different tiers of people. And of course, we might have our free plus shipping in here as well, but I didn't build that. All right, then what I did is I clicked on each one, all right, like repeat buyers, and I said, let's create a lookalike audience. I want Facebook to go find, I want them to go find people similar to the people who have come and purchased something from me more than once. So I click on this audience. So all I have to do is click it once it's made. And then I just hit create lookalike. Check this out. So I hit create lookalike, and you'll see it says source is repeat buyers. And then I choose my country. So you can only do one country at a time. So we got United States. And then you see it says 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. Look down here at this number. The bigger this number gets, the lower quality your lookalike audience is going to be. You really want to start out with the top 1%, because these are going to be those who Facebook believes to most closely match your repeat buyers audience's behaviors and interests. All right? So you hit create. Once you do that, poof, in about 5 minutes, an audience is created. Then you're going to go down and you're going to do that again for your $60 buyers, your $30 buyers, and your less than $30 buyers. I'm sorry, your greater than $60 buyers, your greater than $30 buyers, and your less than $30 buyers. Remember the tiers here, right? We should have 4 custom audiences. Our low tier, our mid-low tier, our high tier, and then our mid-tier, and then our high tier. Let me do that again, okay? Our low tier, our, I guess, mid-low tier, then our medium tier, and then our high tier, because our repeat buyers are the best, trust me. All right, so we've got all of those. And where is my ad manager? Where am I? Okay, right here. All right, so we build those 4 custom audiences by coming up here, hitting create custom audience, and then doing what I just showed you. Okay? Once those are created, you then go in and you click on each of the audiences. These are actual past customers. All right? Actions, create a lookalike, choose your country. I usually choose the U.S. because that's where a lot of my traffic is. And then I do a 1%. And when I want to scale, I'll do a 2% or 3% or 4% because that's finding, it's scaling, but it's being a little bit more relaxed with the matches it's making. So trust me, just start out with the 1%. Okay? So now we've got, I've created 3 lookalike audiences. Sorry, I know Facebook just does this funky thing where it just goes like, it blinks. All right, so we've got our lookalikes of repeat buyers, our lookalikes of $60 plus buyers, and our lookalikes of $30 plus buyers. And you'll notice that Facebook found 2 million people similar to those that spent at least $30 or more. They found 2 million people of those that spent at least $60 or more, and they found 2 million people of those that they feel would match my repeat buyers. Okay, so 2 million people. Now here's the thing: in these audiences, Facebook intelligence within about 5 minutes went out and you can see the date. I just updated these, or I just made these today. They went out and they found, based off of 3 different audiences. Remember, this audience right here, off these, oh, come on, Facebook. Oh, sometimes I want to slap my computer. All right, so off of these 3 audiences, okay? This is actual customers, all right? Now, these 3 audiences right here are Facebook intelligent audiences. Facebook actually looked at my customers from those other 3 audiences and found me prospects, lookalikes, okay? Has everybody got that? Just say yes. All right, so just say yes in the chat box if you got this. Okay. So that being said, Facebook took 3 different levels of audiences and found prospects. But here's the thing. In many, many occasions, some of the same people will show up in all 3 audiences, meaning Facebook will find they'll match the same person on 3 different occasions. Remember, we built 3 lookalike audiences. So that means 3 different times Facebook went and siphoned through their database to find me lookalikes, right? And oftentimes, when you do it this way, Facebook will find some of the same people in all 3 audiences. Now, what does it mean if on 3 different occasions, Facebook finds the same person based off this data? Well, that means they are a cream of the crop buyer, right? That means they are cream of the crop. They're the highest tier lead. Facebook found them not once, not twice, but 3 different times Facebook found them. That's probably going to be your best person to target. Now, even though there's 2 million people in here, they're going to be different people in each audience. What we're looking for is the overlap. We're looking for the people that show up in all 3 audiences. Check this out. So let's click all 3 of our lookalike audiences that we created, okay? You can click those now and go to Actions. And Audience has this overlap tool. Now, I taught Audience how to use this Audience overlap tool on the Profit Power Hour months ago, okay? It's a very powerful tool. What this is going to do is it's going to show me what percentage of my audiences actually overlap. Okay, what percentage of the people were actually found on 3 different occasions? So you'll see that in my repeat buyers audience, about 50% overlap and 75% overlap here. So we're actually going to have some really nice sized audiences when we layer them, okay? So here's the thing. Most people would go in now and they would create an ad. So they would go into Facebook and say, hey, Facebook, I'm ready to create a Facebook ad, and I want to target these lookalike audiences. So they'll come in here and they'll choose their conversion events. We always do purchase. Okay, and then right here they'll come to custom audiences, and you'll see here all 3 of my custom audiences. Watch this. I've got that one, I've got that one, and I have got that one. Okay, so this is going to give me in the U.S. Around 3 million people. So remember, there's overlap in the audiences. So about 3 million people Facebook has actually matched in the U.S. over 18 years old to all 3 of these audiences. Now, this is the basic way to do it, right? When you do it this way, basically, you're telling Facebook, hey, if somebody shows up in this audience, or this audience, or this audience, I want to target them, okay? That's what you're saying. Let me say that again. If somebody shows up in this audience, or, keyword, or this audience, or this audience, I want to target them, all right? That's not the best way to do it. You want to do and. So if somebody shows up in this audience and also shows up in this audience, and that same person also shows up in this audience, that's the person that I want to target, okay? So right now, we're hitting pretty much everybody Facebook has found, okay? 3 million people. But what you'll find is that if you are able to tell Facebook, only target people that show up in all 3 of these audiences. So on 3 different occasions, Facebook found them, okay? That 3 million people is going to drop pretty much, probably drastically. All right, but you're only going to be hitting the highest quality leads on planet Earth or on planet Facebook. All right, but inside of Facebook, you can't do that. I don't see any way to do it in here. I looked in Power Editor. I thought it was in here, but it's not. They'll let you exclude audiences, but they won't give you the and feature. All right, it's by standard, it's the or. So if you put all 3 in here, Facebook is going to find anybody that shows up in any of these audiences, not people that show up in all 3 of these audiences, okay? So how do you get around that? How do you do this advanced layering? Well, I mean, I've been preaching this for a long time, well over a year. One of my favorite tools to use with Facebook marketing, by the way, let me check my time. Okay, so one of my favorite tools to use with Facebook marketing is the Quaya, or some people call it Quaya. All right, so here's Quaya. You've got, you can see it up here at the top left, QWAYA.com. All right, so this is like a Facebook ads management platform, okay? And it allows you to go in and build Facebook ads. I did an entire training on Quaya earlier this year. All right, it's not free. It's about $150 a month to use this tool. If you use it, I don't get paid. I don't have an affiliate link for it. I'm just genuinely recommending to you a tool that has helped me make millions of dollars, okay? That's Quaya. Quaya makes things easy for me, and it allows me to do some special things that Facebook doesn't have, okay? So you have to look at this as, okay, it's $150 for some people, maybe, you know, a bit of a stretch, you know, to have to pay every month. But do you think if you had the power of some of these extra tools that you could earn more than $150 a month? I don't know. That's up to you. But they do have a free trial. I think it's 14 days, no credit card required. So anyways, when you go in here to set up your targeting, all right, so it's just like you're building a Facebook ad. And I'll do another training on Quaya. How many of you would like me to go through and do an entire training on Quaya again? I will, okay, a lot of you. I will do that. All right, I'll go, not tonight, but I'll do it later. All right, so it's the same thing though as Facebook. You'll see you got locations, language, age group, gender, interests, so forth. So we're going to put in United States. Okay. Now we're going to do just exactly what we did over here in Facebook. So in Facebook, remember, we put in our location, which is United States, and then we've got our custom audiences, our advanced lookalike audiences, right? Our lookalikes right here. All right, in Quaya, we got to scroll down there at the bottom, see where it says custom audiences. And remember, this connects to your Facebook. So everything that's in Facebook plus more is going to be in here. So I can go to include people from, and I just do this drop-down menu. And you'll see my lookalike audiences right here. There's my purchases of $30 or more, $60 or more, and repeat buyers. So take a look. 1% lookalike audiences of purchases greater than 30, greater than 60, and repeat buyers. Okay? Look back over here at regular Facebook. There we go. All right? Hitting 3 million people that are in any of these audiences, any 3 of these audiences. In Quaya, same thing. See, it says any. All right, any of these people, which is, you can see it matches up, 3 million people. Now, I'm about to show you a magic button that you can press that's going to make your ad only show up to the people that show up in all 3 of those audiences. And this is what I used to get a 100 to 200% ROI campaign. It was about 200 to 300% out of the gate, and as I scaled it, the ROI started to go down a little bit. But a massively profitable campaign. I think it really steadied out around 170% or so ROI on ad spend. I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, I used this exact strategy, all right, with my Shopify store. And down here where it says any, what I did is I hit all. Now, when I hit all, now I'm saying, hey, Facebook, only target people that show up in all 3 of these audiences. That means if, let's say, if Jack is in lookalike audiences for purchasers greater than 30, but Jack does not show up in audience number 2 and audience number 3, Facebook will not target Jack. If Jack is in the $30 plus audience and the $60 plus audience, if Facebook found Jack and put him in those 2 audiences, but did not put Jack in the repeat buyers audience, Facebook will not target Jack. Jack must show up in audience 1, audience 2, and audience 3. All right? Remember, we have 3 million people, okay? And I showed you some of them overlap into multiple audiences. Now, when I hit this all button, check this out. Boom. 1.1 million people. So what we just did, boom, is got rid of 2 million people that were nowhere near the quality of these 1 million people. So what does that mean? That means that when I'm spending my money, that means when you are investing your money in Facebook ads, you're going to hit the highest quality customers. You're not going to have to sift through the junk and the crap. You're going to immediately hit the top tier. See, what most people do is they hit that 3 million person audience, and they're hoping that Facebook is going to show their ad to the highest quality customers first, right? But you're going to have to go through some of the junk before you hit the good stuff. Well, because you get 3 million people. Facebook's showing it to all 3 million of them randomly. But now what you're doing is you're using Facebook Intelligent Advanced Audiences. And you're literally cutting out the audiences or the people that are not as high quality. Now you have got the cream of the crop people showing up in a 1 million person audience. And remember, you can add as many different things down here as you want. Like I don't have a free plus shipping buyer audience. I could add a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, and I could use this all button. Or I could say, you know what, forget the repeat buyers. They just need to show up in these 2 different audiences. And you'll see that it goes up to 1.5 million people, right? But when I, watch this, when I go in and I put back in those repeat buyer audiences, there we go, boom. It gets rid of about 400,000 people. So I'm hitting the best of the best. So now I can use this targeting here. Watch this. Okay? So now I can go create my Facebook ad and just hit this audience, but this has to be done inside of Quaya. Okay, so it has to be done. If you want to do that all, it must be done inside of Quay. I thought they were doing it inside of Facebook, and that's where I got stumped last week. I was trying to show y'all last week, and I was like, where the heck is the all button? Because, you know, it makes no sense that it's not here in Facebook. And I even looked in Power Editor, and I didn't see it there. I could have sworn it was in there. But, you know, Facebook allows you to layer with your keyword targeting, right? So if we were to do, you know, dogs and cats, all right, just keywords. Notice here that Facebook has this narrow audience, right? You don't see narrow audience up here. You don't see that. But down here where you're using keywords, you see the narrow. So watch this. Now I put dogs here. And see how it says, our targeting must include people that like cats, but must also like dogs. And that is 64,000 people. Oh, well, let me get rid of all these. Because it's looking at my lookalike audiences too. That's 23 million people, all right? Now watch this, all right? So if I take away the narrow audience and I put dogs here, you'll see now that's not going to be 23 million, it's 47 million people. Why? Because if they're together, that means people that are going to be targeted that like either cats or dogs, right? Either cats or dogs. When you do the narrow audience, you're saying they have to like both. If they don't like cats and dogs, then they can't see my ad. All right, so that's basic inside of Facebook targeting. But the problem is that feature, that narrow audience feature, is not up here where you can use custom audiences. It's not in here, right? It's not there. So what I do is I go into Quaya, because Quaya has that option for you to use. Quaya always has special things that are not inside of Facebook, more advanced features. But it's simple. It's a single button that we clicked. So if you go back and look at this audience, it's a button. Oh, look. Oh, boom, poof. Now I'm going to have a more profitable campaign, most likely. Simple as that. Y'all with me on this? Just say yes. All right. So, look, you know, I want to be able to come in here and I want to be able to show you advanced strategies, and you know, some of you may use it, some of you may not. I certainly hope that you use it. If you do, then you're going to absolutely destroy it. If you've already been making sales, I have so many of you in here doing a couple $100 a day, $200 a day, $1,000, $10,000 a day, some of you $20,000 and $30,000 a day, some of you. You have all this data. Now it's time to use the advanced. Advanced makes it sound hard, kind of like when I was in college. Advanced algebra was hard, right? With Facebook, advanced audiences is easy. It just means that you're clicking a button. You don't have to know a formula. You don't have to know anything. You just have to know that it's there. You have to leverage all of this intelligence. You know, when I released Ecom Success Academy earlier in the year, the big thing was Facebook intelligence. Facebook is so smart. They take the thinking out of marketing. You can take somebody that has never done marketing before, and if they have any kind of data on their pixel, they can create profitable campaigns. Because Facebook does the targeting. It's there. Facebook found these people for me. All I did was use a special little tool in Quaya to say, hey, okay, Facebook found me 3 sets of really great audiences. Now let's see if we can layer them. Let's see if we can narrow them. Let's see if we can, you know, squeeze the most highest tier potential customers into one, you know, audience. How can we take these 3 different occasions that Facebook found people for us that are high quality people? I mean, Facebook found them. That means they're good. But how can we make it better? How can we take it a step further? You see, that's where most entrepreneurs that really make it big, you know, step above everybody else. That's why they're always like on that next level, is because they don't think in a basic manner. They're always thinking, how can I take what I have and make it better? I don't want to be content. I don't want to be complacent. I want to be able to build upon my success. I want to be more successful every day. How do I do that? And that's what I do every day. That's why I'm always, ahead of that curve. I'm forward thinking. The great thing about, like I said, these Profit Power Hours is you don't have to be forward thinking if you're on here with me live every Tuesday. Let me think for you and let Facebook think for you. I'm going to tell you what's available, and Facebook will actually do the hard work for you. And that's the world that we live in today, right? I've seen people that have never done marketing before overnight become mega success stories just because they use their brain a little bit, It's not, okay, am I a scientist? It's, okay, let me look at the features that are available and see how I can, use them together. And here on the Profit Power Hour, I want to be able to do that for you every single week. I want to be able to show you what's new, what's great, how you can make more money. I guarantee those of you that go and use this, by next week, there will be people that use the strategy that have profitable campaigns. There is no way that with 1,000 people in here right now, if you go use this, that a lot of you aren't going to have profitable campaigns. It's not guaranteed to be profitable. It's not nothing in life is guaranteed. If your product sucks and your ad sucks, it is what it is. But if you use this strategy, it is going to crush it. I say crush it a lot. I really mean crush it right here, okay? So some of the questions are, Adrian, do I use this as a retargeting audience? Well, you can, because these people aren't actually being retargeted. These are people that you've never marketed to before. They're lookalikes, right? So if you were selling, I don't know, a tactical flashlight, all right, previously, you could market that tactical flashlight to these people and they would likely buy it, right? Because these are completely different people than have previously purchased from you. And Facebook found them based off of your previous customers. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a retargeting audience. I would say it's a prospect audience, right? But you can market something in the past to them. Now, if you were selling a tactical flashlight before, but now you want to sell something different, sure, you can market anything to these people. These are high-quality people. You kind of want to start out marketing something similar to what you previously sold. You got to remember, Facebook is finding data based off of your previous buyers. So likely, whatever type of stuff you were selling before is going to work best to this audience. But I still believe, let me say this, let me take a drink of my healthy stuff real quick. No big, large Diet Coke tonight from Chick-fil-A. Wifey's making me drink tea. It's actually pretty good. It tastes like sugar, but it's supposed to be like organic. Oh man, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry about that. Let me see, where was I? The effects of ADD are killer sometimes. What was I going to say? Okay, anyways. So what you have here are mega profitable audiences that you can create. How many of you in here are going to use this? How many of you plan to go and use this strategy? Not 3 weeks from now. If you're already running traffic, do this now. Do it tonight, okay? And make sure that you don't just let this go one ear and out the other. Okay, so yes, the recording is going to be sent out. I have a backup recording of this. What else did I want to say? Oh, this all relies on your Facebook pixel, okay? It all relies on your Facebook pixel. So if your Facebook pixel is not installed on your website or your Shopify store, you're not going to be able to create. Facebook isn't capturing any data. So yes, you must have a Facebook pixel installed in your store. If you're doing Shopify, which most of you are, look, I released an app called Pixel Magic. It's $10 a month. It instantly puts the pixel on your store, and you can go in, and it's all automated. Like you copy and paste your pixel, poof, it's on your store, and it reports all the revenue, it reports everything, okay? Very, very simple. There are other solutions out there for pixels. Some of them are, more advanced and whatever. But I made one that's very simple that you can't screw up. It's copy, paste, boom. And I'm not going to put, excuse me, I'm not going to put the link in the webinar because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to sell it to you. This is a meat and potatoes webinar right here. And as a matter of fact, I only privately opened it up for a little while, so you can't find it in the App Store and buy it. Maybe, I will post it in the Facebook group at some point. But the reason you want to make sure that your Pixel is installed correctly is because of the revenue that it reports. So if you use Shopify's free option to install your Pixel, the problem with that is the Pixel doesn't record your shipping revenue, all right? And shipping money is money spent. So that means if you're selling an item, if you're doing free plus shipping, that means you're not going to record any revenue at all. If you're selling retail items and you're selling something for, let's say, $25, $24.99, okay? But you're also charging $4.99 for shipping and handling. Facebook's only going to register $25. They're not going to register $29, or actually I think that would be right at 30 bucks. They're not going to register that because it's not going to pick up that shipping revenue. Now, that shipping revenue is important because that's value onto a customer, right? That's value onto a customer. So you might actually have people that really did spend over $30 show up in an audience for under $30 if your Pixel is not picking up the shipping revenue. That's why I feel so strongly about it. So, my app does that. Small price to pay to make sure that it's done right. Like I said last week, I don't know anything. I can't tell you about your code and your theme and special parameters. I'm pretty honest. I don't know diddly squat about code. And before I had a solution, a copy-paste solution, I spent maybe 30, 40, 50 hours trying to figure out how to put my Pixel in my store. It was a disaster. I am not a coder. I paid somebody thousands of dollars to build me an app that would just do it for me. I invested in that. So most of you in here I see already have it, so that's great. And it still works, it's still there, but it's not for sale in the App Store. It is just it's a private app I created for myself. I'm not trying to have 20,000 people inside of it because I don't want to have to answer 1,000 support tickets every day inside of Pixel Magic, but I support the people that do have it. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for tonight's training. We've been on here now, it looks like, for just about an hour or so. I gave you some major meat and potatoes training tonight. Just to review everything one last time, I want to go over everything with you. It's weird. I've seen that happen. The camera showed up on the front of my screen. So what we did is we went into Facebook ads. Okay. Well, let me start back with our notes. We talked about advanced audience layering. We talked about the 4 different tiers of audiences: free plus shipping, $30 to $60 buyers, $61 to $100 buyers, and repeat buyers. We talked about creating Facebook intelligent audiences, right? So we created these custom audiences. And then from those custom audiences, boom, we created our advanced lookalike audiences. Advanced lookalike audiences are audiences that Facebook matches as potential prospects that are similar to one of these 4 tiers, okay? All right? Most people do this the basic way, all right? They build retargeting audiences. That's great, but we took it a step further. This is going to automate your marketing. It's going to create high-level audiences, high-profit audiences. It's going to take the thinking out of the marketing for you for the most part. And you do this by step 1, going to Facebook. At the top left-hand menu up here, okay? You click on Audiences, and then you click Create a Custom Audience. Remember, custom combination, and it must be on the purchase event. And then from that, you create step 4, a lookalike audience. All right, let's do it one more time. I just want to make sure, because I've got to go celebrate my dad's 79th birthday. It's a big one for him. So for those of you asking how my dad's doing, thank you so much for that. He's doing really good, actually. It's very refreshing to see him up and walking around. He called me this morning, and he was like all cheery and just really excited. And he said that he said he plans on living long enough to inherit all of my money. He's so freaking funny. I love him to death. Okay, so, oh, yeah. So in Facebook, you go up here to the tip top left, okay? You click on Audiences. When you click on Audiences, it's going to bring this screen up. If you've never created an audience before, nothing will be here. All right, you go to Create an Audience. You want to create, what's the first one? Custom Audiences. Okay. Then you click it based off website traffic. You make it based off website traffic. So this is based off previous traffic to your website. I have 2 pixels. Don't worry about that. You should only show 1 right here. Then you go to where it says website traffic, custom combination. All right, custom combination. Then right here where it says URL contains, you hit event. Remember, view content event, add to cart event, purchase event. So you do event. Then you just click right here, and it should show purchase unless you've never had a purchase. If you've never had a sale, Facebook can't, it's not going to pull that up, okay? And then right here, you click under it again, see, add a parameter, and you do value. And what you want to do is you want to say something like maximum is greater than or equal to. So this would do someone who has spent more than $30, right? More than $60, more than $100. And by the way, you would put this in one at a time, do 180 days, always do 180, that's the max amount you can do, and then name it. So I would name this one purchases greater than 100, or equal to or greater than 100, and create audience. And it's done. Then I'd come back and do it again for the $60 and the $30, and you can do less than. So this is going to give you your less than $30 buyers. So your people that are more likely to be free plus shipping. If you want to do the repeat buyers, you come in here, and right here where you don't add a parameter, you don't have to. It just says frequency, number of events. You would just put in a 2. Then you would name it the repeat buyers, create audience. Once you do that, with about 5 to 10 minutes, they should create your audiences like you see right here, based off whatever you named them. Okay, and see how it says advanced right there? Boom. All right, and then from those, you can right-click on each one. Boom. Yeah, only do 1 at a time, though, by the way. So you can only do 1 at a time. And no, you cannot create a lookalike from a lookalike. You'll notice that it's not available. You can only create lookalike audiences from actual past visitors or past buyers. So click on repeat buyers, actions. Remember up here, actions, lookalike audience. Name the country. So United States, where most traffic's from. You're going to do 1% to start. Hit create an audience. Then you're going to do the same thing for all of those custom audiences you created. Then if you have Quaya, all right, remember you can get a free trial on that. You can come in here, and when you're creating your ad, I'll do a training on Quaya sooner than later. You can come down here. So you've got all your targeting and all this and that, but at the bottom is where your custom audiences are. You would find those lookalike audiences you created. So here they are. And right now, it's targeting anybody that shows up in those audiences. What we want to do is target all people, okay? All people. So people that show up in all 3 audiences. That's what I mean. That's 1.1 million people. Bam. Now we've got an audience that's going to crush it. So guys, that's it for tonight. I have to go. I got to celebrate with my family for my dad's birthday. But it doesn't matter where I am or what's going on in the world. I'm always going to deliver to you fresh new content on our Profit Power Hour trainings. So what I want to do now is I want to give away our $100 cash prize winner. So let me just do that really quickly. I'm not going to mess around too much with that because we have, I need to go. My family is going to be upset with me. So let me just choose our cash prize winner. So let me just see here if I can scroll up and down a little bit. So our cash prize winner for tonight is going to be dun 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 dun. I'm looking right here on the screen. Okay. Our cash prize winner is going to be Maria Sataka. I always pick somebody with a name that I screw up. I know I didn't pronounce, I know I got Maria right, but Maria Sataka, we're going to grab your PayPal address, make sure you send us your PayPal email address, and we're going to make sure we PayPal you $100, Maria Sataka or Sataka. So I'm going to grab that. And guys, that is it. Remember that on the Profit Power Hour, every week, 9 p.m. EST, every Tuesday night, doesn't matter where I am in the world, I'm going to be hooking you up with some solid training. You're on here live because I don't always record. You can see I'm doing a backup recording right now. Follow me on Snapchat. Go to snapAdrianMorrison.com. I'm going to be delivering some straight fire content on there. I like saying straight fire lately. But some really great content on Snapchat. I'm also going to deliver great content on my Facebook fan page, so make sure you like me there because I'm going to do some more live Q&As. And then if you don't have Shopify yet, go to shopify.com/AdrianMorrison. That's my preferred partner link. They're going to give you an extended free trial plus a discount. And go to Quaya.com. Somebody asked if I would write that down. Yes. I do not make anything. No. If you go to Quaya, honestly, I don't get paid a dime. I don't even know. I've never even talked to anybody from Quaya. I just use their tool. They're a pretty big company. They're out in like Sweden or Switzerland or something. But it's QWAYA.com. All right, so go there, get access to their tool. I'll do a training on it in the future. I've done one in the past. We're right at about like 60 minutes to an hour or so. I'm going to go spend some time with the family. I really enjoyed doing this webinar from my stand-up desk. This was really great. It makes my back feel really good. I have really bad scoliosis, so I got this cool desk that moves up and down, and I just stand up all day. It's actually fantastic. Anyways, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you next week, same place, same time. More meat, more potatoes. I hope you freaking crush it with this. Go into the Facebook group. Leave me feedback right now on my Facebook fan page, or you can leave feedback in the Profit Power Hour group. I will get this recording out to y'all. I will get this out to y'all tomorrow morning, hopefully, so you can go through and watch the replay. It might be up tonight. It just depends. Got a lot going on tonight with the family. But I promise you I will get it out as soon as I can. So that's it, everybody. God bless. I love you all. We're a Profit Power Hour family. Thanks so much for believing in me. And I hope that you take this content, you use it, and you freaking crush it. Bye, y'all. And thanks for saying happy birthday to my dad. I really appreciate that. I'll tell him you all said happy birthday. All right. Bye, guys.